Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. In this episode of The Daily Dose, I'm going to tackle this question: change diet or exercise more? Which of these two habits change would most people with diabetes choose to do? Especially when they have just been newly diagnosed with diabetes. Hi, if you're new here, I am Dr. Chan, the Habits Doctor. I am a medical doctor and I am on a mission to awaken people to the power of habits. The Daily Dose is a series where I share and also answer questions about habits. My goal is to encourage people to start taking action to unlock the power of habits for health and life. One habit, one dose at a time. So back to today's question: change diet or exercise more? Which of these two habits change would most people with diabetes choose to do? Usually, from experience, when people are diagnosed with diabetes, their doctors, on top of prescribing diabetes medication for them, would also tell them, change your diet and exercise more. Or maybe they can speak it more gently: change your diet and exercise more. From my experience as a doctor, the reality, the sad reality, is that most patients would actually do neither of them, at least not adequately or consistently, often solely and overly dependent on diabetes medication for their blood sugar control. But amongst those who are motivated enough to try to make changes to their lifestyle habits to better control their diabetes, and if they are only willing to do just one of these two, which is either changing their diets or exercise more, which do you think most people, when diagnosed with diabetes, would choose to do? What do you think? Do you think that more people will be willing to change their diet? Or would there be more people who would choose to exercise more instead of changing their diets? Think about it. Then type your answer in the comments section below. Okay, just think about it. Just make a choice. Just choose one of the two. Which do you think it would be? Exercise more or change diet? Type your answer below. My kopi o kosong, my black coffee without sugar. Okay, have you typed in your answer yet? Okay, here's my answer. From my experience managing and coaching patients with diabetes, most of them would not be willing to embark on any significant lifestyle change. But amongst the minority, those who are willing to do so, most of them would choose to only exercise more, but are not willing to change their diet. Was that your guess too? Was that your answer too? Or do you also have diabetes and that was also your journey, your personal experience as well? But why? Why do you think this is so for most people? Why are there more people willing to try to exercise more than there are people who are willing to have a go at changing their diet, their eating habits, to better control and combat their diabetes? Perhaps it is actually not too difficult to understand why this is so, because most people are reluctant to change their eating habits even when it is clear that there is a need to do so, mainly out of fear and the reluctance to give up their favorite foods, and the common misconception that changing their eating habits would mean that they would have to give up the joy of eating. So most people, when diagnosed with diabetes and advised to change their diet and exercise more, would choose to only exercise more without also making the necessary changes to their diets, wrongly thinking that exercise alone will allow them to get away with being able to continue eating badly, or even if they're not eating badly and not making the necessary changes to their diet, their eating habit, to better control their blood sugar, to better combat diabetes. Because they are so used to the way they eat, the foods that they eat over the years. So this is a very common misconception amongst many people, not just amongst people with diabetes. So this is the takeaway, the main takeaway from today's episode of the Daily Dose. Exercise should never be seen as a license to continue eating badly. And exercise does not take away the need for making the necessary and adequate changes to one's eating habits when diagnosed with diabetes. That's all I shall cover in this episode of the Daily Dose. For those who know me well, they know how passionate I am about this topic, of how important lifestyle eating habits change is in combating chronic lifestyle related diseases, including and especially diabetes. And I can actually go on talking about this topic whole day long. But I am also constantly reminded by well-meaning friends that people nowadays do not have the time or patience for long videos. So that is why I came up with the Daily Dose show, where I do short, bite-sized sharing sessions about the power of habits. I hope you like it and you have found this useful and would like to be updated whenever I post new videos. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel by pressing the subscribe button below and or follow my Facebook page. I am Dr. Chan, and I am on a mission to awaken people to the power of habits. So till the next episode of the Daily Dose, take care and have a blessed day.